All
right, thanks, Tom. Right now, I've been doing for a while now, a story which is science fiction. It's part of this overall saga I call The Factory, which takes place, I'd say, about a century or so into the future. And this story takes place even later than that. So I want you all to come with me to a world sometime in the near future. And we go forward into the early 22nd century, a world where the next major industry in the United States of America is the manufacture of biological replacement parts. Where the impossible is now, what is impossible now is now tomorrow's reality. And it's a world where man has advanced to such a level that it is possible to literally recreate the human body into the form a person desires. We continue the story of Fran Jensen, a young transgender who has quite literally been transformed genetically, biologically, and physically into a female. Or so we have thought. In our last episode, Dr. Corbin showed Fran what he has only revealed to his colleague, Dr. Dumaine. The revolutionary procedure that has changed Frankie Jensen into Fran Jensen is not all that it seems. Frankie and Fran are now two separate people. Further complicating things, Frankie's parents, Karen Jensen and her husband Franklin, have just now learned they also have a daughter. And with that, I present to you Trans, Episode 8. We fade into interior Frankie's hospital room day within moments of the end of Trans Episode 7. We cut in a close-up of Fran, who has tears in her eyes and are wide open in absolute horror. What? Who? That's me. The old me. We cut in Fran's point of view. Frankie lay unconscious on the bed. Dr. Corbin? Daddy? And we cut to Mr. Jensen. Mr. Jensen's fists are clenched and he trembles with rage. I don't know who the hell you are, but you are no daughter of mine. Corbin, you have 5 seconds to tell me what's going on here, or I swear I'm going to throw you out the window. Mr. Jensen, please calm down, or I will have you removed. Mr. Jensen angrily advances towards Dr. Corbin. Why, you little... And we cut to Mrs. Jensen. Mrs. Jensen gets in front of her husband. Franklin, stop it. This isn't helping. Dr. Corbin, please, what's going on here? What happened to our son? And we cut in Fran. But I'm your son, Mom. I mean... You're an abomination. Franklin! Fran bolts for the door. In a series of quick cuts, Dr. Corbin tries to stop her. Fran, wait! Fran is too quick. She runs like a scared animal out of the room, into the corridor, and into an elevator. Dr. Corbin is unable to catch up to her. Oh, no. Suddenly, Dr. Corbin feels a huge hand upon his shoulder. Startled, Dr. Corbin turns around to see Frank Jensen, trembling with murderous fury. We need to talk, Doctor. We dissolve to Dr. Corbin's office a few minutes later. Dr. Corbin meets with Karen and Mr. Jensen. I don't want any coffee. What the fuck is going on here, Corbin? Mr. Jensen, I am asking you for the final time, please calm down. And if you threaten me again, sir, I will have you arrested. Yeah, and I'll have you charged with malpractice, so I suggest you... We cut to Karen. Karen Jensen is also very visibly upset, but it's more directed at her husband, it seems. She has clearly lost her patience based upon her body language. Franklin, shut up! Karen, this man mutilated our son! I want to hear him out. Now please be quiet. Mr. Jensen jumps up angrily. That's right, take his side. It figures. Await the car. Jensen heads for the door, but just before he leaves, he glares at Karen furiously. You're the reason our son's so fucked up anyway, Karen. Jensen slams the door behind him. A picture of Corbin with his own parents upon his graduation from medical school is knocked to the ground. Fortunately, it does not break. There is silence for a moment. Dr. Corbin hands Karen a glass of water. Thank you. Are you all right, Mrs. Jensen? I'm fine. I'm used to it. You don't have to take this abuse, Mrs. Jensen. Doctor, I have no desire to talk with you about the state of my marriage with my husband. I only want to know what happened to my son and how this young woman, who clearly resembles me from 30 years ago, fits into this. Dr. Corbin sits in his chair. He pauses for a moment, then begins speaking. As he speaks, we dissolve to the exterior of the Transformation Institute at the same time. We hear Dr. Corbin's voice as Fran charges out of the building in a panic. She bumps into various people as she runs. A man shouts, "Hey, watch it!" Another woman says to her companion, a man, presumably her boyfriend, "What's her problem?" We hear the voice of Dr. Corbin. Your son had a stroke as we began the transformation process. We had to act quickly, or both he and the person who is now Fran would have died. Oh my God. And Fran charges up the sidewalk across the street to the park where she was earlier with Jordan in episode 6. Through another series of cuts, she makes her way deeper into the park. She finally comes to a stop near a pond, drops to her knees, and screams. Cut to black. End of episode 8. Stay tuned for episode 9 in a couple weeks.
Matt Fusari, everybody. So, I have a YouTube channel, Mr. Tom52. I spell my name T-H-O-M. And you can see all of Matt's episodes up on my channel there. And follow it from chapter 1. And it's really pretty, it's a great story. So next up, we have some really good friends of mine, Dead End Beverly.